Okay, welcome back to Vidhammer. I'm going to do another video game run through, this time of another awesome housemarque game, this one being Dead Nation. This is a zombie apocalypse type game, very similar to Super Stardust in a lot of elements. You'll see some familiar mechanics in the game, and you'll see a couple of little cameo shots in there from time to time on little billboards and posters and things like that. I was considering playing a couple of missions in XCOM, but I'm nursing a sinus infection right now, so I'm on some medication. If I try that and flub it up, it's gonna cost me a really good start that I have going right now. So I figure running through this game, if I die, I just start back at the end of the beginning of the level again. It's not that big of a deal. So let's jump in and I'll show you guys what this is about.
It's been more than a year since the outbreak. It took from me everyone I loved.
Here we are for Dead Nation. I'm going for a solo game. I'm just going to start a new campaign. Yeah, I don't know what I had going on, but it doesn't matter. In the regular game, you're going to start out with 3 possible difficulties: Brain Dead, Normal, and Grim. As you play through on Grim, you unlock Morbid, and as you play through on Morbid, you unlock Undead. Highest difficulty level, and that's the one I'm going to be playing on now. I remember beating this game on Undead, but that was with a friend of mine. You can play 2-player co-op, which is a lot of fun. And I'm going to try this by myself. Maybe I make it, maybe I don't. 2 different characters you can play, Jack McReady and Scarlet Blake. The main difference is the laser that they have, a laser pointer on some of their weapons. For the guy, it's going to be blue. For the girl, it's going to be red. I play Scarlet Blake because that's who I was when I actually played in 2-player mode, so it was easily distinguishable. It's just gotten to the point where I'm used to being red. I also like staring at a hot chick if I'm going to stare at some person's body for the entire game.
It's been more than a year since the outbreak. It took from me everyone I loved. If you get bitten, you become one of them. But not me. I didn't know why I was special, and I didn't care. Just glad I wouldn't still be walking around when I was dead. But I wouldn't endure the pain of being eaten alive. If it came to that, I'd bite down on the capsule and be gone in seconds. But I'd run out of food and water, and my last barricade had fallen. There was an abandoned truck at the local gas station. I had to get to it.
So it's a standard move and shoot at the same time, left thumbstick being your move thumbstick and the right thumbstick is the direction that you're aiming. Unlike a lot of others, just pointing in a direction, it doesn't fire. You're actually going to have to point, and you're going to have to pull the fire trigger as well, one of your bumper triggers. And you can remap these things to be what you want. I am actually going with this default configuration that you see on the screen right now. So it does give you a little bit of a tutorial on what to actually do. Left stick is going to move, right stick is going to fire. There are a few guys back behind here. I'm going to show you a real quick thing about firing. When you hold down the trigger, your light beam will go from a dim beam from that. Once you hold it down, it'll turn darker color. That's a power shot. This is remarkably important when you're playing on any of the higher level difficulties, because that shot will have far more stopping power than just your regular shot, which can shoot relatively quickly right now, but we're going to upgrade that as the game goes on. I just killed a couple of guys behind here. If you notice, when I did, little red and yellow orbs come out of them. I'm going to shoot that big tank, or I'm going to try to shoot that big tank, and now guys are in my way, so I want to power shot and shoot that big tank. Boom, kills all those guys, lowers the bridge, and guys come after me. Power shots, I can kill these guys in one shot. If I just try shooting them normally, like this guy right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, reload, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, it takes quite a few shots to actually kill the guy. Power shots can be very effective, and they will carry through one opponent and kill the ones behind it in a line as that shot goes. What's dropped down here on the ground is a health pack. You pick those up, they will help your health. In the upper left-hand corner, that green bar, that's your health. That drops down to 0, you die, and you'll start back over at the start of that level. The one below that is a fatigue, I believe fatigue or an endurance counter. It's what allows you to recover from a speed boost, much like in Super Stardust. So press my lower left trigger, I can do this quick dash. Only lasts for a little while, but I'm invulnerable while I do it. That has to replenish, and then I can do it again. Whew! Kind of nice. I also have a melee attack, which I can use to try to keep people away from me, which will also come in handy. Since I don't have any need for health, I can do a melee attack on the health pack, stomp it, and get some more points. Or at least money, that is. Money comes in very handy. These chests are armor pickups. You will pick them up throughout the course of the game. They will help you out tremendously. I'm starting on Undead difficulty. I've already gathered all of those armor pickups, so the loadout that I am using helps me significantly with my speed and my endurance, which I need to be able to stay alive when I'm playing this thing. Anybody else down here? Alright, just kind of wandering our way forward. Chain link fences you can't move through, but you can shoot through them, which is very handy. But before I kill all these guys here, I want to kill these guys over here that would come up after me as soon as they heard the sounds of my gun firing. I can come down here and shoot these little guys, which is nice. But there's a car right behind it, a car with blinking red lights on it. That means it actually has an alarm system on it. And if I can shoot the car, if I can shoot the frickin' car, yeah, whatever, you pricks. Usually can get a good, there you go. Shoot the car, you set off the alarm, it gathers all the guys to it. Another point of note, if you get too close to a chain link fence, they can attack you through it. Sometimes, not always. I'm pressing toward this as hard as I can, they still can't get me. But be wary when you get close to a fence like that. Sometimes it's not going to stop them. These little treasure chest pickups, they differ in color. It'll vary back and forth between gold and red. What color it is when you pick it up determines what loot you get out of it. If it's gold, when you pick it up, you're going to get money. Red is going to add to your multiplier. It's in the upper part of the screen, slightly to the right in red. It has times 76 right now. So my multiplier, wing, is my score times 76. That's kind of cool. Gives me some cool stuff. The end of each area, each level in the game has a series of areas that you're going to go through. And each area ends with a weapon shop, a little taco truck here that's made out, which will allow you to upgrade your weapons and to change your armor configuration. As I said, I've gotten all of the good stuff by going through and looting all of the chests in this game. So I am playing through this with really good freaking armor. This means I move really fast. My fatigue or endurance meter will recharge very fast. The downside is my melee attack doesn't have much strength to it. So I'm not going to be killing many things with my melee attack, but I'm hoping that I'm not going to need to kill many things with my melee attack. It's just focus on killing them with my weapons. You start out with a rifle and a flare and one grenade. Yeah, one grenade and one flare. You have to use your money to upgrade things as you go, which is why you want to kill things as well as you can, get all of the points. And a lot of the pickups you'll see me doing, I'm not going to be getting multiplier out of them. I'm going to be getting money out of them because I want to buy as much cool stuff as I can. First thing I suggest doing is upgrade your rifle to as good as you can stinkin' get it. You will need this thing so much, it's ridiculous. So, do I have enough to get something in a flare? I could get a second grenade. Grenades are very nice. I'm actually going to do that. The downside to using alternate weapons and using your expendable throwing items is it costs money to buy them back. So when you fire rounds out of your submachine gun or your shotgun, or if you throw a flare or a grenade, you're going to have to buy back that thing. Your rifle, you have unlimited number of shots. The only limiting factor is the clip size that you have. Each level, when you open it up, it will save your progress. As it says, R2, ever press that, I will get this checkpoint. And it also has a full health as well, so you will always return to full health when you hit it. There's a couple of big coppers up here. Coppers take a couple of power shots apiece, and they like to run after you do the first one. I just knocked him down, so he gets back up and he's still alive. He's coming at me! And I missed with my power shot, but I just smacked him down. Cars always have good loot in the trunks. That's standard, because I know I keep, a few $1,000s in my trunk. Right. I'm using power shot on a lot of these guys. Just trying to kill them when they're at range before I pull in so many guys that I can't handle it. That's what she said. Running away when in times of need. And forward, and I wasn't ready. Just die. Jesus. Okay. Feeling that cough syrup right about now. Another important aspect of this game is pinning fire. When you start shooting at something, you will stun it. As long as you're still shooting at it, it doesn't have enough time to recover. So you can hold something in place if you continue shooting at it, which for some of the bigger, nastier monsters is very important. The difficult part is being able to do that in a controlled environment, so you're dealing with one guy and not having 9 other guys attack you from a different angle. There are bonuses at the end of each round for ones I remember being no death and perfect loot bonus. I'm going to get away from that guy and then try to shoot him. And his buddy. And shoot him again. There's a lot of backing up in this game. The hard part comes later when there are rear spawns of enemies that will come after you at the same time that something nasty in front of you is revealed. I hit that at the wrong time. That's rather stupid of me. And your perfect loot bonus includes the vehicles as well. So sometimes a vehicle might get destroyed before you can loot it, and that will ruin your perfect loot bonus. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you can actually shoot enemies while you're still inside the checkpoint area. I encourage this as often as possible because it allows you I encourage this as much as possible because it allows you to shoot from a better vantage point, since it's always a little better lit when you're inside one of these. Also, whatever money you get from killing the guys that are out here, you can immediately turn and spend at the weapon shack. Which I'm going to do with the money I just got off of these guys right now. And these guys up here, too. These little things, when you first shoot an enemy, kill an enemy, they're much brighter, and after a few seconds they will dim down. If you can gather those while they are bright, they're worth twice as much to you. So it's in your best interest to get them when they first come out, but it's not always possible. Let's just do that 1-up again on... I can't do 1-up again on everything. But I could go for a higher blast radius. Yeah, let's buff that up one more notch. There we go. That car's got an alarm on it, so I'll be using that in a little bit. Those guys that just appeared behind me look more like skeletons than actual people. Like that guy right there just came in and whipped around me. They have considerably less health, but when they come at you, there's usually many of them. Ooh, there's a little health pack back there. Just stomp on that for some coins. The submachine gun is very handy for those simple guys. Usually when they come at you, there will be a swarm of many of them. They tend to move very quickly. Ah. Not being able to see doodly squat in this game is part of the game. There's a light calibration when you first turn the game on. And I recommend playing this in the dark, because if you put the calibration the way it's supposed to be, it's very difficult to see everything, so you have to deal with a lot of crazy stuff. There's another little pickup. This is a vending machine. If I just walk over and melee attack this, it will kick out a health pack for me, which is kind of nice. Since my health is down, I kind of need that right now. If I didn't, you can shoot it, and cans will come out of it, and it will be a distractionary force effect against the little zombies that you're attacking, which I'm going to go ahead and show you what that's like. It's most of the time during this game I'll probably be using it as health. I hit that, these guys are going to come out and do that. Spits out cans and attracts it to them instead of to me, which buys me some necessary time to deal with this horde of guys that comes out, so I don't take any damage from it. That's awfully nice. You will automatically reload when your clip runs out. Other than that, you can press in your right thumbstick to reload manually. This becomes very necessary. Guy came in from behind me. The game loves to do that while you're dealing with 1 or 2 or 3 guys from one direction. It will send guys at you from the other. That is a soldier. That's why it took me 500 rounds to actually kill the guy. So you have to basically get through his armor, knock his hat off, and do a bunch of other stuff. And eventually he will die. It just takes a long time. And here's 3 more of them. And this is like all power shots, and it will still take several of these to get these guys down. Now they're down to just 1. I can slow down and actually kill him. If you get taken below 25% of your health, if you wait a little while, your health will actually go back up to 25%. So you're not stuck dealing with just a pixel of health at times. Now, one of those times I come down here and they send guys at you from both directions. Always nice. I'm going to run away, take my time, try to power shoot these dudes, and maybe get myself killed. Yay. takes a few bullets. I could throw a grenade or a flare out and make life a lot easier, but right now I'm trying to save as much money as I possibly can to upgrade my weapons as quickly as possible. So I'm being a little more meticulous than I need to be, but it's for a good cause. Ooh, have guys running after me. So you just outrun them and say heck with it. I don't want to deal with you guys. Flares are very nice. They're cheap to buy. They're only like $500 a piece. Grenades are 1,000, I believe. That's what it was just saying. But grenades are nice, so they actually do damage to what's around them. Flares are nice because you can increase the duration and eventually get to where they will last several seconds, like 4 seconds to sit there, which buys you a lot of time to do damage or get away. Anything that's inside that red circle when the time comes is going to get damaged, including myself. If I can't get out of that radius by the time is up, then I'm taking damage. These barrels, once they take damage, they will explode after a certain amount of time, so that a lot of different things link together right there. These blue treasure pickups will always be ammunition of some sort. Got me a flare and a grenade and some submachine gun ammo, which I haven't even bought the submachine gun yet. Which is a shame, because one of the best parts to use it is right here. But since I've increased the rate of fire on my rifle, I can actually manage these guys okay since they move slow enough. At this point in the game, later levels, these same guys are going to move much, much faster. This is just clearing out alternate guys. I don't actually have to kill any of these guys off to my left right now, but in doing so, I buy myself a few more crucial points and money worth of stuff, which I can use to buy and upgrade my equipment. Up here, the sewer drain is our first experience with a runner. This guy moves really fast, and he will swing around and try to hit you from the side. Usually when other things are coming at you from the front, they are not nice at all. They're a pain in the ass. Just one of them isn't too bad, especially if you can manage to pin them with fire. You can hold them still. And they're not too difficult to deal with. But later on, there will be many of them at once, and it will not be fun. one guy left, and I use the car. Oh, look. I decided to drop off of the roof. As soon as the light stream starts to be blocked by these guys, that's when they're standing up. So that's when they're hurtable. When they first hit the ground, your shots will just fire over them. After a few seconds, though, they'll start to stand up. That's when you can hurt them. Each level ends with a bit of an event. I am trying to talk about something, you jackhole. Each level ends with somewhat of an event, like what's about to happen when I cross through here. This gate is going to close behind me. I will not be able to back up anymore, which is always an irritation. But I'm going to have some cars, I'm going to have some stuff. I'm going to have to kill things for a certain amount of time until this ends, and then I will be able to do stuff. And as always, it's just lovely when they turn the lights off on you. Use that car right there. We'll get everybody over there, get next to the car. Blow up. Don't attack me, attack the car. And I got another car right there, and it's going off. I'll buy myself as much time. Health pack, that'd be nice. Oop, there's a runner. I can pin him. Trying to... Okay, nade out. Just eat that. What else out here? When the lights start to come back up, that means that the gate that's been prohibiting your movement has been opened. So I could just run out of it if there were a few people left that I had to kill. But I'm on a hunt for points, so I'll get as many as I can. Anybody else in there? Nope. I'm going to pass through here, this little checkered area, or striped area, whatever you want to call it. All I have to do is cross that, and the level will be over. So I'll just head in, and it will give me my results for the first level. There's bonuses for doing it quickly, killing excessive amounts of guys, having a decent multiplier at the end, and if you can get 100%, oh, I missed one little piece of loot more than likely. I got 97%, but it didn't die, which is nice. I will take that little bit of it. This will also keep track of the total world progress, depending on like what nation you're in. Up there at the top for USA, which is where I'm playing from, there's a percentage clear in the parentheses, and once that reaches 100, it will increase that virus cycle by 1. So the virus cycle currently in is like 2 billion. That's ridiculous. But, you know, if you're into national pride or whatever, you can play and see how your nation is leveling up compared to everybody else. Right now, Germany is kicking it into high gear. Their percentages are going up much faster than anybody else. Well, Germany and Canada, they've got people playing at this hour a lot more than many of the other nations. So it's kind of interesting, I guess, if you get into that thing. You can stop at the beginning of each level and keep your points multiplier. If you decide to keep going and then you quit out, you'll lose your points multiplier.